To talk more about this topic is Terrell County Sheriff Thaddeus Cleveland. Thank you very much, Sheriff, for joining us this morning. Give us your take on Senate Bill 4 and what the practicality of it is from your perspective.
Hey, good morning, and thank you for having me. And hey, I'll tell you what, I fully support SB 4, and I fully support everything that Governor Abbott's done for the state of Texas and our border. You may not be aware, but I spent 26 years with the Border Patrol. And what we are seeing along our border currently is something we've never seen before. It's no longer the U.S.-Mexico border, it's the U.S. world border. People don't realize that the entire world is utilizing and crossing through the Mexican border to come to the United States. But this isn't the first time the state of Texas has been involved in border security operations. I spent 6 months at the Border Security Operations Center back in 2008 to be Border Patrol's representative to the state under Operation Border Star. So look, no matter the amount of people we're apprehending along the border, no matter who's president, we're still going to need support from the state of Texas in this effort.
I understand that. Now tell us where you're located. Terrell County is where? What are your major crossings?
Yes, sir. So we're actually about 5.5 hours to the west of Austin. And what we see out here isn't what you see what's going on in Eagle Pass, El Paso, Lukeville, Arizona, or San Diego, California. What we see out here are people that are crossing the border illegally, people that want to sneak in undetected. And then when you encounter them in the field, they typically run. Or if you counter them on the highway and you attempt to interdict them, they lead you into a high-speed pursuit. About 2 weeks ago, we had 4 here in this county alone. We also have had 2 recent burglaries of landowner property. And then just about 2 days ago, we also had a life-saving mission to rescue an illegal alien on some property that likely would have died had we not responded.
I know we have been watching and seeing that most of law enforcement has their hands full the last several years down there on the border. Do you believe that Senate Bill 4 needs any tweaking at all, or is it good as it is?
You know, I fully believe it's good as it is. And again, the governor and his team, they expected this to be challenged. Look, Arizona, you know, about 12 years ago, they attempted to do something similar. It was shot down by the Supreme Court. So the governor and his team have had ample time to look at that, to strategize, to expect it to be challenged. And I believe that they made it bulletproof, or in a manner that we're going to see approved. So definitely could use it. It gives us another tool in the tool belt, if you will.
Sheriff Cleveland, do you have all the resources you need if it's approved and SB 4 stands? Do you have all the resources you need to make this happen?
I'll tell you what, we don't. The Border Patrol doesn't even have all the resources they need out in this area, the Big Bend region of Texas. But us here specifically at the board or at the sheriff's office, no, we need continued resources. And let me be honest with you, over the past 2 years with 2.5 years with Operation Lone Star, we have become better resourced. Our fleet is getting improved, our equipment. Over time, I actually have 2 deputies that are funded by Operation Lone Star, and we're probably one of the most active counties utilizing Operation Lone Star. But there's still stuff we need, and a big point is our jail. So we have a county jail that only holds 7. Look, we're the 10th largest county in the state. We have 54 miles of river with Mexico, international boundary. When you catch people out in this area, we have to either get them to Presidio, Texas, to return them back to Mexico, or we have to get them over to Del Rio, Texas. We're looking at going 2 to 3 hours either way. We need some more infrastructure here to accomplish that portion of it.
And Sheriff, tell me, are you worried about the civil rights concerns that have been raised about Senate Bill 4? Not just the legality, because that's not, your expertise, but in terms of just the civil rights of how you may misidentify some of your own residents, your own civilians. You worried about that at all?
I'm not. And again, I have that history as being a U.S. Border Patrol agent for 26 years and got that piece down. But I think with the proper training, or I shouldn't say I know with the proper training, the other state and locals that will be enforcing this law, again, with that right bit of training, they'll be okay. But again, so many people are saying, well, if you don't speak Spanish, you're going to be sent back to Mexico. The truth of it is, this isn't just the U.S.-Mexico border anymore. It's the U.S. world border.
Right, and 1 minute left. Sell me on Operation, sell our viewers on Operation Lone Star, would you?
Hey, so let me tell you what, whether I was a U.S. Border Patrol agent or the sheriff of Carroll County, it has benefited us both. And again, this relationship between Department of Public Safety, Texan Parks and Wildlife game wardens, that goes back decades. If you go down to DPS headquarters and look at their wall, you're going to see black and white photos of Border Patrol agents and DPS troopers working together. Some of the first Border Patrol agents were actually Texas Rangers. But further, again, what we've seen here in Carroll County, last fiscal year, we had 116 vehicles that we alone took off the highway smuggling illegal aliens. DPS had just over 60. Combined together, over 200 vehicles that were in Carroll County smuggling illegal aliens. We assisted or apprehended over 800 illegal aliens here at the sheriff's office, and we turned over to Border Patrol. Look, there's numerous pursuits. Unfortunately, we've had some that have resolved in deaths.
Sure, got to run here.
Okay, one more point.
All right.
37 deaths the last 3 years. Historically, 1 death a year.
All right.
That should be proof enough.
Sheriff Thaddeus Cleveland, Terrell County, thank you very much for your service and joining us this morning, sir.
God bless y'all. Thank you.